Hello everyone, Matt Nelson here, Thursday, October 6th. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to our first of 14 blog posts covering the 14 leadership traits as defined by the United States Marine Corps. Again, real briefly, before we get into the first trait, wanted just to talk about why we're doing this. You know, a lot of information out there about leadership, a lot of discussion about leadership. There's a lot of people that get paid a lot of money to come into an organization and talk about leadership and what leadership is. And, you know, there's just a ton of information out there, and I wanted to add some value to the internet and to social media and to my website. So I just wanted to do a free series on what leadership means to me and what the Marine Corps leadership has taught me. So each week what we're going to do is go over three things. We're going to define it. We're going to say why it's important, and then how can you develop this trait. You know, obviously developing these traits is going to be important for yourself as a leader, for being a leader in your family, for being a leader in your business, whether you're a frontline employee or you're in a management position, and certainly in your community. So how do you interact with folks there? Let's get started. The first trait, absolutely foundational in becoming a good leader, is the leadership of integrity, which is the uprightness of character and soundness of moral principle. It is the quality of absolute truthfulness and honesty. So the quality of absolute truthfulness and honesty, it's an indispensable trait in a leader. Why is it important? Well, in life, you know, if you can't trust someone, they're known to lack integrity, right? And what do you do when someone lacks integrity or there's someone that you can't trust? You tend to disassociate yourself from that person. And again, I just want to be clear. Integrity, it doesn't mean that you disagree with someone. It just means that they are dishonest about who they are. And so we disassociate ourselves from those people. Why is it important in the military? Well, you know, oftentimes, especially in combat, critical decisions are oftentimes based on the word of one person. So the report of one person, what they're seeing out in the field. Well, if someone's lied themselves out of a tight situation before or been dishonest in the past, it's going to be hard to fully trust that person. So it's just not practical to have someone in the military that lacks integrity. And the other reason it's important and significant in the military to have the trait of integrity is because you can't just leave your job. If you're working with someone that's untrustworthy, you can't just leave your unit and go to another unit. You have to deal with that person. So integrity is absolutely crucial in the military. Now, we get out to the civilian world, and I think there's a different understanding of what integrity means or how important it is in business or in your life. You know, what I've come to realize is that it's not that people outwardly are dishonest or want to be dishonest. There's a lot of things that going on as to why people end up saying things that aren't maybe completely, you know, that aren't a lie, but they're only partially true. So there's that partial honesty. I think a lot of the reason is if you're too honest or too direct with somebody, it adds complexity, especially in business. When you're trying to provide a solution for somebody, it tends to be the product that you can offer, and so you're only going to share the information that lifts up and brings your product up to them. You know, I mean, I get it. That's part of what business is. It's just not part of my business. It's something that, you know, I'd rather add some complexity and make less and develop less relationships than to give up on my integrity, because that's absolutely crucial to me and to who I am and to the values that I want to live out. All right, now that we talked about what integrity is, why it's important, wanted to provide you with a few suggestions how you can develop integrity in your own life. The first thing is simply an awareness for the trait. So you're obviously watching this video, so you're aware. Now that you know it's an important trait. The second thing you can do to develop integrity is to practice absolute honesty and truthfulness with yourself at all times. So how do I think about this one? So practicing absolute honesty and truthfulness with yourself at all times. When you have a win in your life and you find success in something you've done, you should review it and say, what were the things that I liked about that situation? What were the things that I didn't like about that situation? What can I change and what can I improve upon? Same thing, if you have a failure or you don't find success in a certain area of your life, you should review it and be completely honest and truthful with yourself. You know, I'm not asking you to email me or do a blog post and to tell me why you failed, but just be honest with yourself. and that's going to lead to integrity. The last thing, well, the third thing is to be accurate and truthful in all of your statements, both professionally and personally. So pretty self-explanatory, right? Don't be two different people. Be one person. So whatever you do and say at work, do and say the same things in your home life. Don't be full of integrity at work, but then you come home and you lie to everybody else, or vice versa. Okay, so just be honest, both personally and professionally. The last thing is to stand for what you believe to be right in the face of adverse commentary. So standing for what is right in the face of popular opinion is certainly challenging. That's where we see people lack integrity. They say what's popular. That's a problem with politicians today. Both sides of the aisle, they're doing what is in the best interest typically of themselves or a lobbying group or a special interest. They're not doing what's in the best interest of the population that they're responsible for, even though they've said otherwise when they were trying to get elected. So, stand for what is right in the face of adverse comment. It's not about being popular. It's about having traits of a leader, integrity being one of them. Hopefully you're able to take something away from these 4 suggestions. Hopefully you're able to take something away from this post today. Next week we're going to be talking about knowledge as a leadership trait. It's going to be a good one. If you want all 14 leadership traits, go to my website, www.bettercalledmattllc.com. Fill out the information there, and I'll send you the 14 leadership traits in a PDF. So I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.